drifting back. Look at that. Little guy? That's a good one. Good job. Yep, I'm hooked up. It's drifting back. It's a better fish. The net. Oh, he just smoked it. I got him. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I got him. Oh, it's a fatty. Just demolished it. I was just slipping back in the current here. Just destroyed that plastic. I don't know if this camera's working or what's going on. Watch out. That camera ain't working. Just smoked this plastic. Nice little 16-incher here. We're checking this one hole. And yeah, that is just gone. Look at that. Today I'm using my 6'8" medium extra fast that I broke, and now I repaired it. Just glued the tip on, cut a section off. Still works great. With my PC Fun 1000 series Carbon X reel, spooled up with 10-pound dia with J braid, the ×8, the 8-strand stuff. She's got a Carbon X 2000, 6'10" mojo. Susie's running. She has just straight mono on there, I believe. Yeah, 10-pound mono. But yeah, that's the deal. That's what we're running today. All right. We are checking this hole. We're sitting on the edge of it because there's quite a bit of current here. I'm just using a 3/8 ounce with a ringworm. Just pitching it out. We're sitting off to the side so we can still cast and then kind of drag it in the current. There's guys vertical drifting it. This seems to work the best. You can also pitch a 3-way rig out here on the edges of these holes. Right at the very beginning of it, I'll put some map shots up of what I'm talking about here, and then we just cast out and drag it back. I was just repositioning the boat with that 16.5-incher, just letting it drift back, just picking up the slack, and bang, he just cracked. He got that whole thing in his mouth. He must have been tailing behind it for a little while to hit it that good. But we started out pan fishing up in the shallows, no bluegills in there. Did get a 13-inch crappie on a number 7 rip and wrap, what I throw for walleye. That thing, I sniped him right off the pan optics. That was pretty cool. I'll throw that clip in there too. See if we can pick up. Hooked up. I think I got a walleye. Oh, it's a big crappie. On a rip and wrap. Just smoked it. Just smoked the rip and wrap. You gotta be kidding me. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Rip and wrap crappies. I just marked this tree on Pan Optics. Dropped this Team Ultimatum custom perch colored rip and wrap down there, and he just smoked it. He just come unglued. I was watching him on the Pan Optics. We checked up shallow. We're out here looking for crappies. Yeah, and that's a big rip and wrap. That's normally what I throw for walleye, but I was like, what the heck? Try it and see what happens. Well, that's what happens. Same deal, slipping the boat. This guy isn't that big, but just about the same spot. Out here today with Susie. He's way out there. That's okay. He's not that big. Yeah, he's a little guy. Little. Yeah. Yep, little guy. But that is the same deal. Just kind of repositioning the boat, and he just cracked it, little guy. Just T-boned that 3/8 ounce. Not the right size, but definitely the right kind. So we're sitting on the edge of this hole just as it comes up to about 13 feet. I'll pan out here, give you guys a breakdown. And I just cast, we're just casting both sides of the boat out and just slow reeling it back. varying our cadence. Sometimes give it a quick retrieve, sometimes just kind of hang it there in the current and give it a couple pops. And right after that pause, it seems like that's when you get bit, when you'll get hit, is right after you give it that little bit of a pause and hang it there. They seem to really crank on it then. Up, little guy. Well, this is the deal here. We're just sitting along this current seam. Yeah, well, they seem bigger in the current. Maybe you got a sheephead. It's quite possible. No, that's a walleye. Wait a minute. That's a good one. Good job. All right. Post spawn, Wisconsin River walleye. Yeah, he came right out. Get your hook out of there, please. As many as you want of these guys. 16-incher, good little fish. Water temp is 46 degrees. She's got this little guy, 16 and a half. Plenty of these in here. The males are making their way back down to the lake. We couldn't have timed this any more perfect, I don't think. So I'm using a 4-inch ringworm, chartreuse pepper. She's using a full night crawler. And we're just slowly retrieving this back, reeling it, giving it a couple pops, bringing it back, just casting parallel with the current. And there's quite a bit of current yet. The river is still up. But wherever you can duck out and cast off into the current is a good spot to try. Reeled. Came back for it. Little guy. A little angry, little walleye. He thumped it once and then I opened the bail and let him come back to it. Just a little guy. Yeesh. Where's the better looking ones we were getting earlier? Let's crank that little guy. Plastic's bigger than he is. Felt him thump it and then felt him come back for it. Alright, I'll put some map shots in here of the area we're fishing. This pretty much applies to any hole on the river here. Basically we're in the river. And we just cast out, sit at the front of the hole, cast out artificial or live bait, and slowly bring it back against the current. And that's when we get our bites, right at the edge of the hole where it comes up. It seems like we're getting most of our bites. This is a technique I'm becoming more and more comfortable with the more I use it. I use this pulling 3-ways. Keep my rod tip low and just kind of sweep it and give it a quick pop every once in a while in the current. I don't know if y'all can see that. And that fish, I felt hit it, but I had pulled it away from him too much, so I just kind of held it there a little bit and let him come back to it. This is a great technique. You can anchor doing this. You can spot lock. It just, your line is horizontal. You can jig troll this way. Essentially that's what I'm doing, but the current's ripping so much that I just spot lock and hold the boat in a certain location and then just work the bait back slowly, keeping it just a hair off bottom, just bringing it back real slow. Oh, I just got smoked with the camera on. I couldn't have timed that any better. This is a better one. Holy smoke, did he crush it. That couldn't have been timed any better. Yeah, maybe the net. Yeah, that's a better one. Look at. Holy smokes, did he ever? I couldn't have timed that any better. Right on cue. Just destroyed it. Just a super fun way to catch these walleyes post spawn. Just a great fish there. Just T-boned it. I couldn't have timed that any better on camera. Nice price. Another nice 16-incher, I'd say. All right, essentially we're sitting on an inside turn, a bend in the river before it heads into the lake here. And these fish are just setting up tight against the shoreline, trying to get out of the current, but still be able to ambush their prey as they come down river. So I guess I would define this technique as just slowly dragging jigs, just dragging them against the current. You know, maybe popping it once in a while, getting it off bottom, letting it hang there, and then picking your line up. 3/8 is about the perfect weight, as the current is fairly heavy for this area. Normally I would throw a 1/4 ounce and just kind of hang it in the current that way, but with the flow being up, 3/8 is the deal right now. I don't think the camera's running. I think you got a sheephead now. You got a little sheephead. A crazy sheephead. Getting everything here. Wow, wow, wow. That's the wrong kind. That is the wrong species. Okay, there's a slides a little hump here, and then the current diverts and goes out this way, and this is where we've been picking up the walleyes in like 10 foot of water here, where it kind of diverts the current. There's a hump there that raises up just ahead of the main hole that we've been fishing. I just wanted to throw that shot in there. Good little indicator of where you need to set up is just right behind this where it diverts the current, and then cast your baits out or directly behind the boat. And you'll usually pick up some good sized fish doing that. Hooked up. That's another one. Does not feel super huge, but you never know on the current. I think he's like a 14-incher. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's not very big, and it's a different kind. It's a sauger. A baby sauger. Just smoked it. Baby sauger. Where's your big brother? Another thing, in a sense, I'll just pull the spot lock and let us drift back every once in a while, and let the boat kind of reposition in a new location, and cast a couple times. If we don't get anything, then same process, just let the boat drift back. So right now I'm almost right behind the boat because I'm trying to work this inside shoreline. Got out here on Lake Wisconsin today with Susie, and we were looking for panfish. The water temp's 46 degrees. Didn't get a whole lot of bluegills, a couple little ones, one decent 13-inch crappie. So we decided to check a spot for some walleyes. We ended up getting 3 16.5s, a couple short sauger. Just pulling that plastic, dragging it back slow is the key. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're not, please subscribe and stay tuned for our next video.